be turning $1,000 into $10,000 flipping used iPhones, meaning all profits earned in this video must be earned using our original $1,000 budget. No projected profits. Every single phone we purchase in this series will be sold on camera. And yes, you heard me correctly. This is a series. So there's gonna be a brand new episode every single Sunday, all the way up until we've earned $10,000. Real quick, for those of you guys who don't know what phone flipping is, pretty much all we're doing here is we're buying phones for below market value and then reselling them for a profit. Yes, it is that simple, and yes, it does work. 54% of North America uses an iPhone, which I believe is like 312 million people who are actively using iPhones. And every day, some of those people are selling their phones for below market value, and we can purchase those and make a profit on them. For the sake of tracking exactly how long this takes us to do, we are starting this challenge on October 9th, 2023. All right, so our first step is gonna be go on Facebook Marketplace and try to buy as many phones as we could possibly buy within our $1,000 budget that we could also make some profit on. All right, so we're on our way to go ahead and pick up our first phone of the series, which is gonna be an iPhone 13 that we're getting for $475 that hopefully we should be able to sell for $600. I will be explaining what my actual plan is to sell these phones as soon as we actually go ahead and spend this first $1,000. But don't worry, I have a pretty solid strategy on how we could get our money back as soon as possible. All right, what's up? So it is currently day 2. Yesterday was a fairly slow day. We didn't find much after we picked up this iPhone 13, but fairly late in the evening, once it was already dark, I found this iPhone X that we were able to get for $40, as well as this iPhone 11 Pro that we purchased for $120. As you can see, the 11 Pro has some cracks on it, and so does the X. They're a little harder to see. So we do still have another $375. Before we try and spend that, I kind of want to see if I could get these phones sold. All right, so how do I plan on selling these phones? In all my other videos, I've always recommended selling phones on eBay, and I still do. It is the largest marketplace. It's the quickest way to sell them, and you definitely make the most profit that way. But unfortunately, we have $1,000 to work with right now, which is not a lot of money based on how much these phones are gonna cost. So we need to prioritize getting our money back as soon as possible. So what I did is I reached out to some local cell phone shops to see what they pay for phones. And I have a few shops that are willing to buy all the phones as is as soon as we purchase them. So early on in this challenge, what I'm gonna be doing to sell these phones is I'm just gonna be selling them to local stores. Yes, we do make less money per phone, but eBay can take as much as 2, 3, maybe even 7 days to sell phones sometimes, and we just can't afford to wait that long right now. So just to build up our capital, to start out, I'm gonna be selling all the phones to local shops. All right, so we just got to shop number 1, and I think he's gonna be buying the 11 Pro with a cracked back, as well as the iPhone X with a cracked back. He's not taking the 13 because this guy only buys broken phones. So I'm gonna head in there now. Hopefully we can get these things sold. 11 Pro and X both sold, leaving us with $140 profit. Now I have to go ahead and try and sell this iPhone 13. Again, these sale prices definitely aren't the best when we're selling to shops, and we're definitely making less money than eBay, but eBay would have taken a few days. So having more money and more ability to buy phones is our #1 priority right now. Once we have like $2,500, maybe $3,000, we can start selling on eBay, getting a little bit more per phone. All right, so we just sold the iPhone 13 for $550, which leaves us with, I think, $75 worth of profit. I was hoping for $600, but there was a little scratch on it, so it was worth a little bit less to a local buyer, which is one of the downsides of not selling on eBay. That would have sold on eBay for $650, no problem, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So I think that is about $75 added to our profit, which means all of our phones we've purchased so far have sold, and we've made about $215 profit. Still got a long way to go to $10,000, but this is good progress. Just got to buy some more phones and keep selling. All right, so it is currently day 3. And I'm gonna be honest, we're not doing so hot for 3 days in at only $215 profit, but luck is turning on our side. This morning, we're on our way to pick up a iPhone 13 Pro Max, as well as a 12 Pro Max. 13 Pro Max is gonna be $700, and then the 12 Pro Max is gonna be $500, which should leave us with a pretty solid amount of profit, and I think I should be able to sell them pretty quickly today. Honestly, I knew this first week was gonna be the hardest week, so I'm not too stressed about how slowly things are moving, but I do hope they start to pick up a bit, and we could at least end off this first week at like maybe $2,000, $2,500. That would just put us in a much better spot. Hey, how's it going? Am I blocking anyone here or am I good? Okay. Sweet. All right, so we just picked up the 13 Pro Max. Everything's pretty okay with it, but unfortunately, I did not notice that there was some little scratches on the screen, which could be an issue because a lot of these stores like perfect condition stuff, and we'll try to negotiate with us on that. There's limited stuff on the market right now. We need to make flips. Hopefully, we could get the 900 I expected to get for this from a store. Could see it being closer to 8. It is what it is. On to the 12 Pro Max. All right, so we're just pulling up for the 12 Pro Max now. Hopefully this one is in a bit better condition than the first one. She said there was a screen protector on it, so we should be good. All right, are you meeting for the 12 Pro Max?
Yeah.
Perfect. Said it was 85% battery?
Yeah, I logged in to check and then I reset it so it didn't have like my Wi-Fi and stuff. But
awesome.
You can double check if you want.
Oh no, I trust you. Don't worry about it. Thank you.
Okay,
Take care.
So much. Have a good day.
You as well. Thank God, this one is in perfect condition. No issues. Should be a quick $150 profit flip. All right, so I think we might have a buyer for both the 13 Pro Max and the 12 Pro Max.
Hello?
Hey.
Yeah, Christian.
Hey, how's it going? You still free to meet tonight?
Can we do tomorrow? Because I'm on my way to and then come back to.
Around what time do you think you'll be available tonight?
I should be there at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock? Are you free to meet around then?
Yeah, that should be okay. 8 o'clock should be okay. But I would be needing only iPhone 12 Pro Max.
You don't want the 13 Pro Max?
No, not the 13 Pro Max.
Why not?
Because the price is high, bro.
Where do you need to be on the 13 Pro Max?
800.
800?
Yeah.
It's 256. Can you do 850?
The best I can offer is 820, bro.
820? Can we go like 830? Work with me a little bit? I paid a lot for it.
Okay.
830? All right, cool. So you can do
Yeah.
830 for the 13 Pro Max and 650 for the 12 Pro Max?
Perfect.
Awesome. See you then. Take care.
Okay, bye. Bye.
So not the $900 I wanted, but looks like we're going to be selling the 13 Pro Max and the 12 Pro Max around 8 o'clock. All right, so it is currently day 5, and yesterday, which was day 4, was an absolute nightmare. We found 0 phones, at least 0 phones that we'd be able to sell quickly. There was a bunch of phones that were really scratched up that we could definitely make profit on, but it'd be tough to do by selling to stores. So there was nothing really to buy, and we had a fairly slow day yesterday, but things are looking up today. It's Friday, it's almost the weekend. There's been some good deals I've seen. We're about to head out now to go ahead and pick up this iPhone 13 listed for $450 that we should be able to make like 150 bucks profit on super easy because it's perfect condition and a simple sale. All right, so we're just about to pull up for the iPhone 13. Really hoping that this guy was honest about the condition and it matches the description because at this point we really can't afford to make mistakes. Just picked up the phone. Thankfully, the guy was honest. Everything is exactly as he described it. Still even has a screen protector on it, which is a good sign that there's no scratches at all. Glad to start off today with a profitable flip. Pretty sure I already have a buyer for this 13, so I'm gonna give him a quick call and see what we can get for it.
Yeah, Christian.
Hey, how's it going? Are you available tonight to meet? I have the like a perfect condition 13. It's 92% battery.
Okay, and you're saying 600?
Yep, same as what you mentioned for the last one I had earlier this week.
Okay, alright.
Cool. Are you around now or later?
No, around 6:30.
Okay, no problem. I'm available all night. Just let me know.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Take care. So it looks like the 13 has been sold. All right, so it is currently Saturday, and we currently have $1,540 capital, which I know that extra $540 probably doesn't seem like a lot of money, but honestly, that makes a huge difference in how much we could purchase, and I'm fairly confident that we're going to be able to make a good amount of money today and tomorrow and end off this week pretty strong. Unfortunately, yesterday, the iPhone 13 that we met up to sell, we only ended up getting $550 for it instead of $600, which is very frustrating, especially because it wasn't because there was anything wrong with the phone. It was literally just because after we got off the phone, he checked the prices and said that the prices have gone down in the market, which I'm not entirely sure that's true, but that's just part of working with these local buyers is they will lower prices and they kind of have all the control, but we still need our money back as soon as possible. So I sold it to him for $550 and we made $100 profit yesterday. Not going to get rich off of it, but progress, building up capital, it makes it easier down the line. I will say I'm very excited for when we could afford to start holding on to inventory and selling it on eBay, because not only are we going to get more money per phone in terms of profit, we're also going to be able to buy so many more phones on Marketplace, because we could start buying scratched phones and pretty much phones in any condition rather than just the perfect condition phones and broken phones that most of these shops want to buy. I know it's not a lot, but I'm pretty confident about where we're at funding wise. I think very soon we'll start making a lot more money a lot quicker. Things are finally starting to look up for us. We're currently on our way to go pick up a iPhone 13 that's in like great condition with 90% battery health for $300. Yes, you heard me correctly, $300. Finally, luck is on our side, at least a little bit. I knew eventually, if we stayed consistent, this happens every time. We get at least 1 or 2 good deals, and we finally found a 13 for $300. On our way to go pick it up now. Should be a solid flip and put us in a much better spot, and it give us a solid amount more capital moving forward. 13 for $300 has been secured. Just got off the phone with one of our buyers, and it looks like we already have a sale for this one at $500 later today. This will be a very quick flip, and I think the most profitable flip we've had yet at $200 profit. I'm hoping to find a couple more phones just so that we could have a few phones to bring to him tonight. I'm happy as it is. 200 bucks profit for the day is pretty solid when you're only working with 1,000 bucks. We also found a perfect condition iPhone 12 mini on the way back for $270 that the same buyer also said he would pay us $320 for. Which I know that's not the craziest profit, but an extra 50 bucks is not the worst thing, especially since we can grab this on our way back and it's like 10 minutes of work. iPhone 12 mini for $270. All right, so it is currently day 7 and we have $1,770 in capital. I'm not entirely sure that we're gonna be able to sell any of our inventory today that we buy just because it's Sunday and most people aren't working, but it does look pretty busy on the market today. I'm fairly confident we could go into next week with a solid amount of inventory. Pretty much all my goal is today is to spend our entire $1,700 so that we could go into next week with a lot of inventory to sell off. And honestly, I'd consider it a win if we have $0 at the end of this video. I really wish I was cutting to a montage of me spending $1,700 worth of phones, but unfortunately, it didn't work out quite that way, and today wasn't that busy. We were able to buy some phones on our final day. We ended up picking up a iPhone XR for $150 that we're going to be selling now for $210, as well as an iPhone XS Max 256 GB we bought for $65 that we're about to go ahead and sell for $235, which leaves us ending off week 1 with exactly $2,000. I'll see you guys next week.